The new federal state's third anniversary is going to be on Sunday, 4 June. We're going to be doing a very big, spectacular event. We're going to get more details. I'll get Nicole in here on Monday. Also, we'll give you an update on Miles. But I want to talk about Miles Guo is the very first person that warned us about this. He warned us about artificial intelligence. He warned us about what the Chinese Communist Party was doing on biology. But I want to talk about the Chris Wray connection. You got a couple of minutes here. Talk to me about Chris Wray, Wan Xishan, I think Williams and Connolly law firm, and H&A, the $3 trillion company that collapsed in Miles Guo, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. So we know Mr. Miles Guo is the CCP enemy number one, and Christopher Wray, who is currently the FBI director, he was actually once Mr. Miles Guo's lawyer. And then Wang Xishan's global conglomerate, H&A, which owns the Hainan airline and bought the stakes in Deutsche Bank, Hilton Hotel, and Park Avenue office building in New York. I mean, it's like a $53 billion company. They offered a multi-billion-dollar contract to Christopher Wray while he was a partner at King and Spalding. This is a top U.S. law firm that has done a lot of business with communist China. And then shortly afterwards, he was named to be the FBI director. So I think this is a fair question to ask. Like, should the American lawyers whose career and personal wealth that got benefited from the CCP's business, can they be named to be the FBI director or serving as a judge or federal prosecutor or public officers?
Well, King and Spalding, they were Miles Hammond as a lawyer. Remember, H&A, he warned us about too. H&A, Miles Guo came on. This is the reason they pulled him off Voice of America. He told everybody, hey, H&A is not a real company. It's a money laundering scam for the Chinese Communist Party and influence peddling to buy American officials. Then Chris Wray fires him as a client, and they sign up. I don't know if it's multi-billion, but it's a big contract to represent H&A. Remember, H&A, I think the value of H&A at one time was $1 trillion to $2 trillion. They didn't even know how big this thing was. It was huge. And Miles Guo said, hey, here's the value of it, nothing, because it's all money laundering operation, and it's all going to crash. It all crashed. And they were all going to sue Miles. When he said that, he sued them. He says, I need your discovery. And all of a sudden, like cockroaches, they ran away. Your question is, how can Ray head the FBI? Clearly has dirty hands. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. So remember the April 19th, the VOA live broadcast of Mr. Miles Guo while he was going to expose Wang Xishan's money laundering and corruption in relate to the H&A. The VOA abruptly cut off his live broadcast. I mean, remember, VOA is owned by American government, funded by the American taxpayer, and it only takes a phone call from the CCP to shut Mr. Miles Guo off.
It was the Chinese ambassador called, and it's the first time, it's the only time in history of Voice of America they ever pulled a live broadcast. On Sunday, 4 June, we're going to do a huge commemoration celebration for the third anniversary of the founding of the new federal state, which is essentially government in exile alternative government to the Chinese Communist Party for the Chinese people. How do people get to New Federal State, to your broadcast? How do they get to you on social media, ma'am?
Follow us on nfscofficial.com. And also, it's going to be a big celebration on the upcoming Sunday. We'll have a lot of Chinese American patriots and MAGA people, freedom-loving people from all over the country will come here to celebrate the freedom and celebrate the justice for all. We love this country, and this is especially important for Mr. Miles Guo because he founded this along with you 3 years ago in the Hudson River and right across from the Statue of Liberty. Everybody remembers that, and thanks so much for playing that beautiful MTV of Mr. Miles Guo. Everybody loves him, and we know this country will bring justice to him and will hold those people accountable for having persecuted Mr. Miles Guo. Thank you.
In Miles Guo's life work, Take Down the CCP. That's what we're going to be commemorating that on the third anniversary of this. There's going to be some great people. I'm going to speak and many, many others.